Hi, I'm Jordan Wyatt of the Invercargill Vegan Society, and I want to tell a little story about when I was the loneliest vegan in the world, the only vegan in the village. You know, Invercargill hasn't always been the vegan capital of New Zealand, and indeed, vegan capital of the world. Notice why I say world with the rolled R for Invercargill. There was this miraculous story that one day I was doing deliveries of second-hand furniture, and I'd thought about starting a vegan group and things, and finding ways, like I had business cards and different podcasts and things to spread veganism. And I was doing deliveries with my father one day. We're driving down Tweed Street, and I see a word. It just seems to have flashed past. It's like, vegan. And I'm like, the hell is that? So we came back, and I'm like, telling myself to chill out. I didn't actually see the word vegan here in Invercargill. And on the way back I said, oh Dad, can I get out here? You know, we've done the delivery, can I get out? Because I think I'm just going to go and see a friend. It's from an environmental group. He's like, oh okay, sure thing son. And so I got out and I see this car. And this car, this parked silver car on Tweed Street in Invercargill, it's got a vegan bumper sticker. And it said, what did it say? What did it say, Dan? Go green,
yeah.
be vegan.
Vegan, go green, or something like that. Yeah.
And I thought, this is amazing. So I get in, like, I take a picture of it first, just to like make sure it's real. I took a photo of the car.
The sticker wasn't green though, it was yellow.
I go up to the front door of this place, I knock on the door, this woman comes to the door. And I'm like,
my
hello.
landlord, my terrified landlord.
Hello, is that your parked silver car out there? And then she's like, oh no, it's Dan's. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's going to be this like big hairy guy called Dan, right? No, it wasn't. It was a woman who came to the door next in a black kind of polyprop kind of a top thing. And she said...
Oh, that's my car.
Yeah.
Did I say it's my car? I can't even remember.
Something like that.
So it was like a Saturday morning, we were both in bed, sleeping, and then this guy comes saying his blue overalls, knocking on the door, and we're like, oh god, we're going to get beaten up for it. Because we did, I mean, let's say I had that car and the sticker in Auckland, and when I moved down, me and my mum did debate it. It's like, am I going to get, you know, jumped on? I don't know. What do people do down here?
Not beat people up for vegan stickers. We love vegan stickers on cars down here. And so I thought, this is amazing. This is like my best friend in the world. I've just met the coolest person in the world, and it's like, we're going to shake hands and she's going to be like, oh yes, take me away and we'll bake quinoa and we'll have like vegan potlucks.
Oh, we didn't have quinoa back then. That was like a few years before quinoa got big.
Yeah, I would have still been calling it quinoa or something. And she's like, oh yeah, cool, right?
Yeah,
that's what I remember.
Try to avoid him, and then he came up to me again,
at Pack and Save. You're at the fuel thing, I'm like, oh hi.
I'm like, oh god.
Like, and she said, oh, I thought you were my landlord or something, right? That's all I remember. And you're like, oh yeah, hi. I'm like, yeah, hi.
And then you dropped a letter in my letterbox.
So I let it go for a month, because I know as a guy, you know, if a woman's not interested, no means no. You leave her alone. I try to be a nice guy like that. And I was going to Auckland for the Animal Rights Conference in 2011, and I thought, in this time I've only ever met 3 vegans in the flesh and the tofu, and I was about to go up to the big Animal Rights Conference with like 100 vegans in a room, and that was kind of too much for me to handle. It's like, wow, too much stimulation, too much veganism going on. And so I thought, well, Dan said that she was from Auckland. I thought I'd leave her an INVSOC badge and an INVSOC card. I'd do it in the envelope and say, hey, if you don't reply to this, I'll never contact you again. I'll never bump into you at Pack and Save when you're getting fuel for your car. I'll never take pictures of the bumper sticker on your car again. And I'd love your advice about Auckland. And you're okay with that? You got back to me about it?
Did I?
Yes, you did. Just pretend you remember it for the video.
Oh, okay.
You loved it. It's like, wow, this guy's awesome, right? Yeah. And so ever since then, we've actually became friends, right?
Yeah.
She's borrowed my Galaxy Nexus, my Android phone
for the last like a year.
Yeah. We've been to potlucks, we've done street giveaways of soy milk and chocolate and Easter things. We've been to the Eco Show, we've biked in the Surf to City.
Yeah, if half converted me to Apple, I've got an iPad now.
I've half converted her to Apple, that's awesome. And so our friend Dan's about to go away, back to Auckland from when she came. And it's really sad, Dan, because you're not only the first vegan I've ever met, you took my veganity, as we call it. It was amazing, so it's a really amazing story, and I'm glad to have met you.
Oh, thank you. It was lovely. Because I did think before I moved out, oh my god, I'm going to be the only vegan in the village as well. And the only girl in the village. And the only like Asian person in the village.
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention that. She's
So-
also the first lesbian I ever met, and it was one day, so I was...
Am I the first Asian you've ever met?
Yes, and in the cargo. Yeah, a lot of firsts.
Yeah.
I remember when I found out that you were lesbian when we were at Countdown, and I was filling out a card for the community service notice board thing there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Invercargill Vegan Society potlucks, come and get involved with veganism. And then I like look over and Dan's filling out one too, and it's like Southern gay lesbian. I'm like, what? And so,
So the person like, so I moved down from Auckland like, and then a couple of weeks later, it's like, here, you're in charge of the Southland Gay Lesbians. Oh, come on, okay, thanks. It's like, I'm not from here, but oh well.
Well, Dan, it's been really lovely knowing you,
Thank
and
you.
I'm so glad
It's
you
been-
came into my life with the bumper sticker, and when I met you at the Pick and Save fuel place, and then finally when you decided that, yeah, okay, I'll just talk to that idiot. And we became friends, so it's been great. Thank you.
And I went over to play with your cat, Jasper.
And she looked after the cat and the hens, the chicken friends, so thank you, Dan.
That's no problem. It's been,
Let's shake hands, and let's smile.
get our iPhones out, no, just kidding. No, it's been absolutely lovely, and it's just really nice to, when you meet vegans in the most random places or the most unexpected place, that feeling of like, oh my god, I'm not alone.
Well, I had that from the very first moment. It took a while to catch up on her. You know?
Yeah, yeah.